Our own fragrance brand, Atrium Fragrance, will be releasing its own office fragrance called Mr. Elegance. More information regarding this release will be coming in the next few weeks. Make sure you click the link in the description below to be signed up for notifications for when this release is available. It's only going to be available to purchase for 1 week only as a pre-order during the last week of January. So make sure you sign up so you do not miss out. So I came back from my trip to Barcelona recently. Great city, love it. Shout out to all the Catalan people watching if you're out there. And you know, I highly recommend you guys go visit a perfumery niche store called Les Topettes over there in the middle of the city center. Cool guy that I met. The store owner is a really knowledgeable guy. Introduced me to new and interesting fragrances for me to appreciate as well. I'm not going to check them out, see if I'll introduce them into the channel. But when I came back recently from Barcelona, I came back to lots of different parcels. I get them a lot. Parcels are never ending, to be honest. Not because of, some of them are free fragrances in fairness, yes, but just a lot of stuff for business and things like that. And there was one parcel I was not expecting. I wasn't informed that I was getting this, and I got it from the official brand themselves. So, being completely transparent with you guys, this is a fragrance sent to me for free. And I am extremely happy this got sent to me. This fragrance is Amouage's Jubilation 40. That's right, they had Reflection 45, they had Interlude 53, and now Amouage have made Jubilation 40. Now, I don't know why I made like a big reveal out of it. You guys would have seen from the video title, obviously. But yeah, we got Jubilation 40 here, guys, which is crazy. I don't even think this fragrance is officially out by the time during the time I'm recording this video. But this is very cool. If you guys don't know, the Amouage brand itself are based on Oman. They're very Middle Eastern traditional. They love the heritage and the ingredients and the sourcing that is more common to that region. And they have made some classics before. As I said, they've made Reflection Man, they've made Interlude Man as well. And they kind of do these extrait de parfum, more intense versions of the original. So when I say things like Reflection 45, that means that is a more luxurious version of Reflection Man where it's 45% pure fragrance oil. That's not even like extrait de parfum, that's like the highest level of fragrance concentration you'll ever experience in a traditional spray scent, which is it's insane, it smells luxurious, it's very thick. So like for reference, guys, if you don't know, an eau de toilette, a standard eau de toilette might be like 10% concentration. So when they send me something like Jubilation 40, which is a 40% flanker of the original Jubilation 25, that's like having 4 eau de toilettes in there. That's like compacting 4 fragrances into one, or maybe like, I don't know, let's say 2.5 or 3 eau de parfums into one bottle. So these are rich and intense fragrances. So when I saw Jubilation 40 on the internet, I saw this coming out, I was quite excited for it. I'm very hyped by the fact that Amouage said this to me. They didn't even say I was going to get this. I just came home and I saw this. Jubilation 25, if you guys don't know, is a fantastic fragrance. It's seen as one of the best fragrances from Amouage. It is like a fruity blackcurrant based rose and oud fragrance that has a brightness to it and an elegance and luxuriousness to it. I would say it is the luxurious, safe oud signature to wear out there if you want to smell Middle Eastern but like smell like royalty. I think that's the whole idea of Jubilation 25. It was meant to celebrate the royalty in Oman, I believe. So the original Jubilation 25 is already quite rich and luxurious. I'm not sure what they're going to do with a 40% comparison. So I will be honest, I've done a cheeky one spray when I first got back home around midnight. So like I was sleepy and I didn't really get a proper first impression. In this video, we're going to do an official first impression, compare Jubilation 40 to Jubilation 25. And then I'll come back to another day in this clip where I've done a full wearing of Jubilation 40 and give you guys my first impressions and full official review of Jubilation 40. 32% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys want to see our channel grow, to really help us out, click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. The back of the box says, sumptuous, extravagant, and profound, Jubilation 25 celebrates the nobility of masculinity that embraces the beauty of both East and West. I would say yes, if you want to smell like a king who has Middle Eastern perfumery on him with this fragrance or this DNA, but at the same time it's very accessible Middle Eastern perfumery that most people in the West can appreciate. I think Jubilation 25 does that. Following 10 weeks of patient aging at 40% concentration, the fragrance becomes even more complex and multifaceted, resulting in Jubilation 40 Man Extrait. At the start, the scent's unmistakable blackberry opening now reveals tart, dry hints of blackcurrant. This initial burst then makes way for a majestic heart. Scotch broom unfurls its honeyed and elegant waxy notes, Well, yeah, it's a lot here. Okay, whatever. Let's read the note breakdown. Top notes: blackberry, blackcurrant, rosemary, labdanum, orange, davana. So I think that's quite a similar note breakdown so far to the original. You know, it was famous for its blackcurrant notes, which is really sexy. Heart notes of Scotch broom, so I'm not sure what they mean by that. Is that referring to like a boozy note that comes from the barrels of Scotch? I'm not sure. Frankincense, cinnamon, clove, Bay Street Thomas, rose, celery seeds. So I'm getting a very much, again, a floral rose isn't in there, but it's going to be a spicy fragrance. Maybe this is a more warm, spicy, intense version of the original. Base notes of patchouli, cistus, which is sort of similar to labdanum. Cistus is kind of like a similar species. Opopanax, myrrh, cedarwood, guyakwood, musks, moss, ambergris, and oud. So this is going to be very Middle Eastern, very dense, intense, luxurious base notes here. Things like these tree resins like Opopanax, myrrh smell very luxurious. Of course, oud. I suspect real oud is going to be in here. But enough blabbing on. I've got the box here. Let's open it up and have a look inside. Okay, straight away, this looks luxurious. Let me get this out for you guys and show you right now in a second. This is what we're working with, Jubilation 40. And I believe it is a magnetic cap. Yes, that is correct. So what do you guys think of the bottle design? Do you like it? Let me do a official first spray impression. Let's see the atomizer. Okay, not bad. Not the greatest atomizer, but I think what Aaron Terence Hughes has previously said that the thicker and the higher the concentration of the fragrance, the more tricky it is to disperse the liquid, because of course it's heavier. Smelling this in the air, it smells extremely expensive. It smells like money. Like, I quite like the original Jubilation. You know what? I have a sample of the original Jubilation 25. Let me spray it as well. But before I spray the original Jubilation, right now the 40 new X-Ray smells a bit more dark, more rich, intense, boozy. So maybe that Scotch barrel thing was true. So I've got the original Jubilation 25 here on my left hand. Yeah, the original Jubilation is a bit more, still luxurious, still fairly heavy, but it's a bit more bright, a bit more versatile. Well, this is kind of a little bit darker. Maybe you wouldn't wear this in the summer, the new Jubilation 40. So it smells fuzzy, rich, juicy, very fruity for sure. It has a lot of good aspects here. Still very mass appealing. I think most people would love this. Boozy, woody, a little bit Middle Eastern, but it's still that Jubilation lovability of Middle Eastern meets Western sensibilities, in my opinion. Dark, intense. Did I say fuzzy? It smells a little bit fuzzy as well. It smells extremely expensive, packed full of naturals, absolutely, and extremely well blended. This is the kind of fragrance that's not easy to absorb all the facets into your brain the first time you smell this. This is complex and will take some time. I'm going to do a full wearing of this fragrance, but maybe I need to do 2 for this video. They both smell great, but I'm definitely liking Jubilation 40 now at the moment. And actually, right now I'm preferring Jubilation 40 even to Reflection 45, but of course they're very different scent DNAs, but I'm really enjoying this so far. So, official first impression for me is going really well. I'm going to do my full wearings, guys. I'll come back in a second. I'll see you in a bit.
Several days later.
Okay, guys, I'm back after giving 2 full wearings to Jubilation 40. I also gave a full wearing to Jubilation 25 again also. That fragrance is quite balanced, fruity, citrus, ambery, dry, incensey, woody. Sort of like that brightness is mixed with that smoky incense woods of the Middle Eastern side of Amouage. And actually, I found that the original Jubilation 25 kind of reminds me of Dolce & Gabbana's King Eau de Parfum, funnily enough. It's like the niche version of that. And I think it's because they're both fruity and citrus-based fragrances with a cedar and patchouli base, which is quite funny. I'll just notice that comparison when I wore it again for a full wearing. But of course, Jubilation is much higher quality. Jubilation 40, the scent is better. So Jubilation 25, I would already give that a 10 out of 10, but Jubilation 40, I find that it smells more expensive, it's more dense, rich, thicker, just naturally from being a 40% concentration. And I find that they are now focused on a little bit less about being balanced and more about being more ambered out. So the original Jubilation has some ambery aspects to it, and I feel like they're focusing more on the base notes here, the things like the tree resins, like the Opopanax and the myrrh. So this is richer, deeper, more ambered out, a little bit warmer. Still think this is a great signature. I think you can wear this both in the day and night time. So I think it's more appropriate for the night than the original Jubilation in my opinion, but I think both of them can be worn day and night. I still wouldn't wear this in the summertime. I think this is like a 3 out of 4 season signature. that smells really great now. It just smells really expensive, really natural, and I really do prefer the scent as a direct comparison to the original Jubilation 25. I find this has more character, more expensive smelling ingredients, and it smells just a little bit more sexy to me just in general. There's not a huge difference between this and the original though. I don't think you need to own both fragrances unless you're an absolute fanatic. For example, I think the original Reflection Man and Reflection 45 have a bigger difference between those two than Jubilation 25 and Jubilation 40 does. So I don't think you need to have both fragrances. I think it's a little bit redundant, but this is definitely a fragrance for those who love the Jubilation DNA. You're going to be very much stoked about this release. Performance is disappointing. So you're spending around £400 for this release, and you're getting similar performance to the original Jubilation 25, just over 8 hours with a soft to medium projection. The original is more of a medium projecting fragrance, it's a soft to medium, so it's slightly less projecting. The longevity isn't that great. And you know, for me, I'm the kind of guy who, as long as you get at least 8 hours from a fragrance, I'm quite happy, but that's only if it's not £400. When it's a £400 fragrance, you cannot be lacking in any department, in my opinion. You're spending a lot of money. This should be projecting a bit more, in my opinion, and should be lasting a few hours more as well. Should be getting at least 12 hours easily. As I said, the wearability is 3 out of 4 seasons. This will be your rich man's versatile signature. If you love the Jubilation DNA, that Western freshness and brightness meeting that ambery, woody, Middle Eastern DNA of Amouage, this is the fragrance for you. Price point, I think, is going to be a point of contention. I think for a lot of people, this will not be worth its price tag. I really do think this is the fragrance for Jubilation fanatics. For those guys who really love the Jubilation 25 DNA, this is the fragrance for you. But as I said, I'm not sure if you need to own both fragrances. Well, I give the original Jubilation 25 a 10 out of 10, just because this is so highly priced and it's lacking a little bit in certain aspects, but I do love the scent of this. I prefer the scent profile here more than the original. I'm still going to give Jubilation 40 an 8.5 out of 10. And that concludes this video, guys. What are your thoughts on the release of Jubilation 40? Are you excited for it? I think it's a cool scent. I think if money is not an object to you, this could be a fantastic signature, and it's a cool bottle as well. You feel cool just owning a bottle like this. Let us know your thoughts on Amouage Jubilation 40 in the comments down below. Make sure to check out our previous video on brand new Mancero releases. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.